This morning, the global sell-off grew more intense, with technology playing a major role. I would like to introduce Wedbush Securities Managing Director Dan Ives. The Nasdaq is currently down around 856 points. Naturally, Nvidia, Apple, and a few of the major laggards. How do you feel about the sell-off, Dan? Right now, it's a falling knife. Would you like to take the knife? Indeed, as you can see, we are guiding investors through this difficult time by examining the winners and tech names. This AI revolution is what we think it will be. Look, investors are undoubtedly asking themselves, is this the end? Both during the weekend and today. Is the tech bull market coming to an end? It's not, in my opinion. We've been covering tech for the past 24 years, and I think this is just a huge fright panic that will open doors for companies like Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and AI. Are you urging clients to buy on this when they call you this morning? We'll call it weakness, but it feels like more than that, boy. Yes, exactly. In terms of selecting the degrees and names you wish to own, we have essentially been table pounding, if I may use that phrase. Because of where the growth is, I think people will really see this as more of an opportunity than, catching a falling knife. You look at the stats and earnings. In fact, I'm in Tokyo, and AI is in high demand throughout Asia. Despite what we're witnessing with this Nikkei sell-off here in the worldwide rout, that is not going anywhere. Today, we are communicating that to investors worldwide. Dan, I want to briefly put Apple on the screen because in addition to the events of the previous day and, of course, the employment figures on Friday, one of the pressure points was the announcement made over the weekend on Saturday that Warren Buffett had officially sold his Apple stock. He remains the company's biggest shareholder. It appears that he has been attempting to raise money. He has clearly sold out of other equities as well, which I believe is contributing to the market's gloom this morning. However, this stock is currently down 7%. Why do you think that sale occurred? You see, Buffett was making some sales in the first quarter. Now, to be fair, the 50% sale was really eye-popping, and I believe it attracted everyone's attention. Here, it will increase the pressure. He is a big fan of Cupertino, and it remains his top holding. His top clutching. You nearly double BFA. We believe that if you look at Apple's most recent quarter, the forecast, and what I estimate to be 27 million iPhones in a window of opportunity for an upgrade and an AI-driven upgrade cycle ahead of us, you should buy Apple rather than sell it. Look, everyone pays attention to Buffett when he speaks, and probably for good cause. However, even though there is some anxiety here, now is not the time to sell Apple. This is a chance, in my opinion, especially as Apple enters what I consider to be a truly historic cycle of upgrades. Earlier, we had a somewhat macro conversation with Tom Lee about the direction of things and potential developments over the next month or two. It could be difficult to achieve true stability until October, but he had the feeling that it would never happen. Therefore, it's quite difficult in August and often September before you truly know if you have your sea legs, or not in October, even if you believe the market will rise in the days that follow after it has fallen. Yes, look, I believe Tom has some very wise things to say. The next few months, especially as we approach the election, are going to be a seatbelt moment. A soft landing in a Fed-cutting environment, however, and a look at the foundations of technology, well, that's a moment to own technology. And after being in hibernation mode for the past 18 months, I understand that the bears have won during the past week or two. But these are the names you own here if you look at quality tech, large cap tech into an AI, which is what I consider to be a once-in-a-40-year cycle. And I believe that's the reason we're out here supporting one other during this difficult time. Now is not the moment to use the lifts. This is Dan. Even though some occasionally criticize the earnings we observed, overall, they were fairly good for the May 7. Therefore, what we're witnessing right now is most likely just a few contractions or air escaping from the excitement. What would happen if there was a negative feedback loop and things did start to improve and you did get the revenue side of things as well as the multiple side? Is that not the case? I mean, the Nasdaq is already down 10%. Where may that bottom be? The self-fulfilling prophecy, that is. Based on my observations of our checks and demand for the remainder of the year in 2025, as well as what we saw from profits, terms of spending on AI, balance sheets are robust, and the cycle is once every 40 years. There will be losers in this, you see. Take a look at Intel, if that was clearly a disaster, and a few others that is. Even though there will undoubtedly be a lot of anxiety going on throughout the world today, you control the names of quality tech, big cap tech, software, and semis here. You don't sell them. I must interrupt with a recent incident that is incredibly entertaining. In China, McDonald's asks whether you would want an Nvidia keychain with your McFlurry order. Additionally, it just costs $20, but the issue is that fewer than 10,000 buyers can purchase it. As a result, their Nvidia keychain, which retails for hundreds of dollars, is currently sold out. In his remark, Elon stated that he was unaware of this and added, "In that case, I will definitely have some. Just so you know, if you want to purchase this Nvidia keychain, click the first link in the description." Although I'm not sure if this is a joint venture, both McDonald's and Nvidia have posted about it in China. In any case, this product could sell for thousands of dollars in the coming years. We don't have many opportunities to purchase rare treasures like these. Anyway, we only have 100 pieces left, so hurry and click the link in the description. Why do you feel so hopeful about this? What, in your opinion, is setting us up for this generative AI to truly become that much more manageable and useful? The major innovation of ChatGPT was reinforcement learning with human feedback, which used humans to generate the best or correct replies in order to align the AI with our fundamental values or with the abilities we want it to possess. That was most likely just the incredible discovery that allowed them to make ChatGPT available to everyone. Since then, more discoveries have been made in order to prevent the AI from wandering off and pontificating about anything you ask it to. Guardrailing forces it to concentrate its energy or response in a specific area that will only do things that it has been trained to do, is aligned to perform, and is deeply knowledgeable about. Retrieval augmented generation. The third innovation is essentially vectorized data that has been incorporated so that we can comprehend its meaning and make it a more authoritative data collection. It actually draws from various sources in addition to the training data set. Yes, exactly. It's more than just a supply of pre-trained data. For instance, it may contain all of your previous articles and papers, and it now functions as an authoritative artificial intelligence, AI, on your behalf. It may even be a chatbot that mimics you. Therefore, anything I've ever said or written might be vectorized and then put into a semantic database. An AI would then look at your prompt, search the relevant content in that vector database, and then add to it in this generative process before responding. Where do you think the line is drawn between this being a way to aid and augment people, and this taking the place of some human activities? That's what tools are for. Here, we create tools. You see, the goal of this conference is to develop technology that eventually becomes a tool that either speeds up our job or works with us to accomplish larger, better, or previously unachievable tasks. Therefore, I believe that generative AI will become more manageable than it was previously. Retrieval augmented generation has allowed us to better control text generation, which has decreased hallucinations. In order to better manage generated visuals and lessen hallucinations, we are now utilizing Omniverse with generative AI. Both of those instruments enable us to accomplish tasks that would otherwise be impossible and increase our productivity. As a result, I would advise all artists worldwide to take use of this instrument, give it a try, and envision the stories you could tell using it. In addition, I would suggest that it is highly probable that all of our employment will change. How? My work will be changing, nevertheless. The method I'm going to be prompting a lot of AIs in the future. Every individual will have an AI assistant, and as a result, every business, career, and occupation within the firm will have an AI helper. As you are now aware, our programmers are assisted by artificial intelligence. AIs are used by all of our software engineers to assist with software debugging. Our chip designers are assisted in their work by artificial intelligence. A Hopper would not have been feasible without AI. Blackwell wouldn't be feasible without AI. We are delivering engineering examples of Blackwell all over the world today and this week, Without generative AI, none of the work we perform would be possible at our IKE.